Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Although I have a little bit of smile on my face, it is a little bit on the sadder side too, because I kind of want to go and complain at least a little bit when it comes to stuff that kind of happened all throughout this week. Now, as you guys usually know, we usually like to push in like the nice Fridays and have a nice like little weekly recap and stuff. Although this weekly recap slash of what we're looking forward to next is actually kind of somewhat more on the depressing side. And I'm sure if you guys have still throughout this kind of like, huge trudge of just going through and trying to find your console still, you guys probably understand my thoughts and feelings on this one, at least a decent bit. So if you guys do, feel free to leave your comments down below. And as well, I guess you leave a like on the video itself, just so I can know. I'll probably go through all the comments after I'm done actually making the video, probably later on throughout tonight. But we just have a lot of stuff, more so to complain about, more things to talk about, more things that kind of just guys ramble on into, and just kind of hasn't been the best week when it comes, especially for restocks. And funny enough, not even the best really when it comes to the Xbox too as well. So a lot of stuff to go talk about, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below, and sign up for the Weeble, sign up for the Coinbase, and sign up for the Twitter giveaway down below too as well. So, you guys can probably go and tell, I guess, by title, thumbnail, or whatever, man, this was actually like a kind of somewhat soul-crushing week, in all honesty. So for me, I've been doing the track, and you guys always see the videos, I make the videos all the time, blah, 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 blah. But for this week, we have, like, nothing. Now, there was a little bit of news. Like, I just made a video on before, if you guys want to check them on out throughout the day. We had a little bit of nice, like, like some, just, I guess, a little bit of drama news, a little bit of gaming news as well. A few, like, acquisitions throughout this week. But in terms of restocks, there is pretty much nothing. We had nothing really for the week. Like, we had a little bit of Anton Line and a little bit of Costco. But even for Costco, that bundle is like $900. I mean, if someone wants to get it just to get it, I always say, when it comes to bundles, there's nothing wrong with that. If you just want to make sure it's all locked in and good, I'm never judging. Like, if you want to get it, go for it. I won't be complaining. I won't be judging. I get it. But for that being like kind of the only big drop in these huge bundles, being the only big movement throughout this week, kind of big disappointed. I mean, you guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below too. Now, I did kind of start off this week on the weekly video, and I didn't go and even mention myself. I'm like, it probably is not going to be that big. We're probably not expecting too much big stuff. We were maybe looking for maybe GameStop because they did update some commissions, but we never saw like that big, like verified, the tweet or the Facebook message or the Instagram or whatever. And then same with like some of the other big stuff. Like, well, so many of them right now. And this is kind of why it's maybe like the twist, like, it's a little bit of a sadder video in terms of just everything that happened this week. But at least on the nice, bright twist, Best Buy is sitting on stock. So it does mean they'll probably be having a drop sooner or later. As well, same with the APIs updating. So that means that someone was physically employed to go be on the lookout, to go and see if there's going to be a drop with them, or they're going to get any consoles or movement. Like, that's a big thing, at least in my mind. I think that's nice. Like, at the end of the day, at least we know it's like there. It's kind of like, there's going to be a birthday cake. It's not your birthday yet. Still have 5 more days, but at least you literally see the birthday cake, in the fridge. So, like, it's coming soon, which is nice. And then same with Target too. We have seen a little bit of Target movement with some stock arriving and stock moving and stuff. Like, it's nice. Like, I do like seeing that, no matter what people say. So that's some good stuff. Like, first and foremost, I like that. I like seeing that. I like moving with that. I think that's good. And as well, like, with people, we had a little bit of stuff throughout the week. Like, it wasn't completely barren, although, like, at least for online drops and, like, proper drops. As I mentioned, we had a little bit of Best Buy walk-in still. We were still seeing people and folks getting and receiving their consoles. We were still seeing people, like, for Target and some of those later on hours, getting their consoles. So it was some stuff in there. But that's why I don't really like the kind of like these big and kind of staggered drops themselves. Because, like, I kind of like the idea where we could have, 50,000 people all trying to get a console. I mean, sometimes the drops can't be that big. So you have like 50,000 consoles all spread on out, and everyone's either, yep, I got it, we're moving on, or no, I didn't get it. Man, that stinks. But at least we know, it's like, it doesn't have that awkward, weird, like, loominess. So think like Best Buy. We don't necessarily know what's going to drop. It has this awkward, like, luminous. Same with Target. It just kind of happens on your area. So you just have to either get lucky or just hope for the best and look at your certain, like, regions and zip codes, maybe at the right proper time, which is around, like, 6 to 9 a.m. range. But throughout the rest of the stuff, we just haven't really seen much. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen, like, we didn't have any Walmart updates, although some people did go get their Walmart stock, which will be bumping up a likelihood of a drop soon. Best Buy didn't do online. Target, obviously, we're still not sure if they're ever going to do another event drop or not. We have to go and see. Amazon, it's still a little bit too early for Amazon. Same with the PS5 digitals or disc, which is fine, just based on their usual, trends and vibes and all of that. And all the mid-tier locations, they just didn't do anything. Like, they were holding on stock, they were sitting on stock. We just didn't really see too much at all. which kind of stinks. Like, it kind of makes me personally sad. And it is just disappointing because at this point, and maybe it's a little bit more special for me because I've been doing more like the restock YouTube, like, look at this stuff, trying to do the research for everyone. It gets disappointing because at this point, we're like 18 months in. So when we have at this point, like, you kind of hope that like the supply chain stuff would be fixed, or like there'd be some staggered releases where at least we have like GameStop for 1 week and then Walmart for the next. So at least there's like something, at least something to look forward to or to talk to. And like I said, we're still getting stuff on Best Buy and some Best Buy news and Target news and all of that, which is nice. But like, it's just kind of disappointing because like there wasn't like a huge influx, or there wasn't like a huge massive Walmart Plus drop, or there wasn't like a huge like big drop where everyone's excited and everyone's moving and everyone's hyped up and everyone's kind of going from there. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what kind of I think makes me kind of sad. Because even for like normal gaming news, so like think like proper news stuff, we had a little bit of news with the VRR for the PlayStation itself. Kind of cool, kind of nice. I do like seeing that. I like seeing the news on that. I think that's cool. But other than that, after the initial release and a little bit of drama tied into it, there really wasn't anything else. Like, there was a little bit of like Xbox news, with new events. Same with the Summer Games Fest and stuff that we kind of talked about. There's a few other like little baby leaks for stuff, little rumors. But just for like the general gaming news for this week, it was pretty boring. Like, pretty much almost nothing happened, and it kind of makes me sad. Like, it kind of at the end of the day did kind of make me sad because it really just wasn't anything that, well, happened. Like, there was no restocks. Like, the GameFly didn't really do anything at all. Antonline did a small thing. Even Xboxes, like, funny enough, like we've been mentioning, the Best Buy always links down below if you guys always want to check and see. Same with like the Targets, and we just didn't really see too much with it, which kind of makes me sad. Like, I generally wish that we'd have a chance to go and see more stock and more stock movements and stuff going on, and it probably would make things a little bit nicer because we would have had a chance to go get more stock, would have had a chance to get more consoles, you know what I mean? So, man, at least on the one bright side too, as I mentioned, when it comes to this stuff, it leads towards next week. So if we don't have much movement throughout this week, which we didn't, like this was a very barren week, this does kind of usually let Sony and even Microsoft have a chance to go make consoles. Like, you have to physically make them, then you have to go and ship them on out and make sure the stores get them, have the stores allocate the stock, blah 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 blah. But at least we did have a nice little like resetter where basically we had a chance for stock to show up in stores, and as I mentioned, at least Best Buy and Target do seem like they are sitting on stock and holding onto stock, which is nice. Like, we do like seeing that. But it just stinks. Like, I really want to go and see proper stuff. I really want to see proper drops. I want to see you guys getting your consoles. And at this day and age, too, I'm almost kind of curious as well, like maybe I'll make a video on it. How many people still actually need their consoles? Like, how many people are still looking for their consoles? How many people are still trying to find them? I do think, like, as time and time goes on and on and on, we have more and more folks that actually have them. And maybe just more on, like, the normie type folks who just, or maybe kind of just like, we'll see what happens, in the near future when they try to get their drops and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, even for walk-ins, the walk-ins were sporadic. Maybe this weekend, and I'm probably assuming more this weekend, we'll have a lot more in-store stuff, because we've been seeing other locations having stock. We've been seeing more other stores having stock, so it kind of seems like after like 9-10 weeks or so, at least we're kind of going through that motion, again, like kind of going through that, which is nice. So I'll probably be watching for that, and I'll probably reach out to some employees or look on like, the social medias out there and see, or if any of you guys go and check and ask, maybe you guys are doing like grocery store shopping for Mother's Day and stuff, you guys can let me know. But I was kind of sad, and I know there's still people out there that are like, hey man, when's the next drop, when's the next consoles, when's everything, and I think that's where it kind of makes me sad, because for me, who's trying to go give you guys all the news, it's kind of just weird to go and, see everything. Like, we want to see more. I want to see more. I want to know what's up. I want to see consoles. I want to see places getting stock. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where hopefully this next upcoming week will be way better. Hopefully this weekend will be good. Like, reminder, it is Mother's Day weekend in case you guys care or have moms or want to celebrate or doing stuff. Or maybe you guys are even moms yourself. But I really hope this next upcoming week will have a lot more better news, because I don't really like this kind of like weird limbo where we're not seeing some stuff. And at least we are on the overdue side, like say for Walmart, like we'll probably be way watching Walmart for sure. And especially for Target and Best Buy, as we're seeing more stuff with this. Although I do once again kind of miss the event drops, at least a little bit, like in all honesty. So at the end of the day, it was a pretty disappointing week. And same like I said for Xboxes too, we barely saw him. We were still seeing them, like still people are still getting them, like we're seeing them on the Microsoft store, which is good. Like we do like that. But it does kind of stink because it's just not as widespread. So maybe throughout these next few weeks we'll have a way bigger influx of stock and numbers, and especially with like the scalper prices too going up even more. It's not the biggest and funnest side with that as well. So it's kind of just been kind of a blah. Like, I mean, maybe for me, especially in Chicago, because it's still been gloomy and rainy and cold. I know some places out there like in the 90s, so it's maybe a combination of that. But I was just disappointed this week. Like, there just wasn't good news, wasn't good gaming news, wasn't good restock news. And although I'm on optimist, and maybe the next week could do a little bit better, at the end of the day, I'm still a little bit on the sad side. I'll be a little bit honest. So I do appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching throughout the week. We'll definitely have a few videos up throughout the weekend, and as well, a reminder for Mother's Day. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below, the Twitter and Twitch stream down below, the Weeble and Coinbase down below, and all the other good old stuff as well down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all throughout probably tomorrow for more videos.